saw in your exhibition hall. If that's the way your school is going, it forebodes well for the students who come out of here. And I must say that I am extremely impressed with the Dravidian architecture. Got inaugurated and I got a lot of praise and all that. So I went to a party after that, and a friend of mine who was a dentist came to me and said, "Hey, you're a very lucky fellow." I say, "You get all this praise for a building. I did a fantastic tooth extraction today and nobody except that patient knew about it." You know, ours is a public art. You know, we practice it on a much larger scale. It's so enjoyable. Every morning after, I tell you now, from 1962 to now, how many years? How many years is that? I don't know. Every morning I have to draw because I just enjoy it. So get that into your, get that creativity. I'm sure a surgeon, when cutting open a stomach or something like that, gets the same amount of thrill. But you know, what you do will reflect on the lives of hundreds. When I go to one of my buildings and I see the joy on people's faces, I get a huge kick out of it.
Good evening, everyone. Combination of fun-filled onset of this pandemic almost halting our lives, we the students of AAAD decided to host our annual fest, the same as always, but virtually to act as a ray of sunshine during these gloomy days. As we proceed through the second day of this astounding event, I'd like to introduce myself and my co-host. I am Sama Hassan.
And I'm Saman Kuba from 4th year. We hope each one of you present here enjoys the event and utilize it to the fullest of its benefits. Sit back and enjoy as we have a plethora of events lined up for you. We request you to turn off videos and mics for an uninterrupted session. You can keep the enthusiasm lit in the chat box. We are honored to announce that we will be having Architect Vijay Garg sir, former President of Council of Architecture and renowned architect Jaisim sir will be joining us shortly to witness the event.
Yesterday was an amazing day. Today will be even better. Moving on to the first event of this evening. Saman, what are you doing? We're in the middle of a session here.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I was just taking pictures of my cat. I couldn't resist it. It's just being super cute today.
Yeah, I know. I have like 1,000 pictures of my own cat in my phone. She's like a supermodel, you know?
Actually, you have to see mine. The sun bounces off her black fur and it looks so magical. All of her pictures are just so perfect.
Well, we are all accustomed to believe by taking pictures, we capture the best moments of our lives. And photographs help us recall the events of the past. However, there is so much more to tell. A photographer is a painter who depicts his life on a canvas by conveying emotions or experiences, which describes reality the way he or she sees it or wants it to be seen. So, we cannot always be sure whether a photograph reflects on reality with the highest accuracy or hides it completely. Let's find out what it really is. Now, we will witness the entries given for Obscura, the photography competition.
Have you ever thought that if one thing hadn't happened, a whole set of things never would have either? An unstoppable series that gained momentum and spun out of control, and nothing was ever the same again. When your eyes became the master of all your senses and made you appreciate the minute things in life, to see emotion as powerful as it can be. The fourth dimension, perhaps, a world without people and nature at its full bloom, to be captured and reminisced. The themes given are a glitch, home is where the heart is, behind closed doors.
The participants were provided with 3 themes under which they could upload a picture or could choose one category to go with. We have tied up with Mr. N.V. Ramakrishna. Mr. Ramakrishna is a civil engineering contractor by profession, but a photography enthusiast by passion. We are happy to have you on board with us, sir.
Now moving on to the competition, all participants will be given a minute to walk us through the thoughts behind each picture. Now I'd like to call upon the entry C4P01.
Everybody makes photographs. It became the most common medium in contemporary world. Available for everyone, despite for their ability to read or understanding of any language. Probably everybody as we're here, which occurs to be at least 7,000 kilometers wide spot, we have different views on what it actually is. What is it for? Should it be real? Is it trustworthy? Personally, I think that photographer is just a witness. As we encounter everyday life with a dose of very personal sensitivity, the reality is being witnessed in many different ways. The first photograph, a glitch, a minor problem or malfunction in dictionary we read. An issue which doesn't really matter in world history, but it might be one's personal disaster, an end of a world that existed unnoticed by most of us. If you could change the photograph for second one. The second one photography, home is where the heart is, personally my favorite one. Where one's heart is, why is it there? Is home a place or rather a state? Might it be boundless? In Poland we have a saying, there's a treasure of yours, where's a heart of yours? If you could change it for third one. Privacy, intimacy, tenderness. What hides behind closed doors? As I reminisced last month, it occurs that also fury, madness, and insanity inhabits our personal spaces. Thank you so much for listening.
Those were some really amazing pictures. Thank you. Now moving on to our next participant, I'd like to call upon C4P02.
Yeah. Every time I look at the nature, I rediscover myself, get inspired, receive from far more than I seek. Everything we are surrounded by the nature, the air, water, land, and they hold a lot of significance in our lives. Every time I am up in the mountains or by the seashore, I feel a sense of belonging, a feeling that I am at home. Thank you.
Thank you. Moving, our next entry is C4P07.
Good evening, everyone. Myself Gautam from Triple AD, and this photograph was submitted under the category glitch. In spite of restricting a glitch to the technical aspect itself, I thought any error or a fault happening in a society is a glitch, and this photo was captured in a construction site where I have observed most of the migrant construction workers do not give much importance to the children's education. As a result, the child will step into the same field without a basic education. And what I thought was unschooling and child labor is a glitch in a society. Can we have the next picture, please? And this was my second photograph, which was submitted under the category Home is where the heart is. As we know, animals do not have any particular thing called home unless like humans have, like I mean a built structure. They live in their particular habitat. In this frame, we can witness two different kind of animals staying together. If you observe closely, a monkey is holding a hand of other, which denotes a care, which is nothing but a love. Next picture, please. And this is my third photograph, which was submitted under the category behind the closed doors. And here the closed doors is referred to the lockdown, and the bird is waiting for the problems in the current situation to get resolved. Thank you.
Our next entry, C4P03.
Oh, these are the entries. Okay.
Good evening, everybody. This is the world famous historical Mysore palace, that is Ambavilas Palace, constructed by Nadvadi Krishnaraja Wadiyar, 1897 to 1920, around 15 years. It is designed by the chief architect Henry Irwin. I captured this because of its architectural elements in the palace, that is windows made in Rajasthani style, and the domes surrounded by the Pancha Kalasha, and the arches in Gothic styles, and it has Italian wall tiles and the beautiful paintings with bell metallic pillars and cast iron pillars. Overall, the palace is in Indo-Saracenic style. Here, I compare glitch in rays coming from the afternoon sun. This glitch act as a invisible barrier for the palaces and a fault or error in the photo. Can I have the next picture, please? Home is where the heart is. Why I took a picture of this place is because this is place surrounded by the Kabban Park, UB City, Kantirava Stadium, and the human statues in the front of the Cafe Coffee Day, and the very clean area with many trees. I get so engrossed here that I like this place the most. And this region is called the heart of the city, and I feel homely experience here. So I feel this place as related to the theme home is where the heart is. Next picture, please. This place is the main attractions inside the Mysore Palace, designed by the architect Raghuvalla Naidu, and it has a 42 pillars with Gothic architecture style arches with hard black granite at the base. We can see the arches till the end and has the rhythm in the end in it, and the design visible on the above arches are different color stones, but they're visible like the paintings. On the other side, we can see the teak wood frames containing canvas paintings. Among one is the Raja Ravi Varma paintings, that is Sita Swayambara, and it is the last painting of Raja Ravi Varma. And all these features is behind the closed doors, so I feel this photo is related to the theme. Thank you.
Thank you. For the last entry of Obscura, we have C4P06.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Sneha from AAAD. The theme glitch. The photograph glitch, the effect is given through the motion photograph, that is the jump. So can I have the next picture? Home is where the heart is. So nothing is so quiet and sweet as a tiny baby 10 little fingers that fills our heart and is the happiness and it's the heart of the home. The next picture. So behind the closed doors, they say that the world see the world with the innocence of the child. The innocence of the child behind the door. He was actually waiting for his mother to come back home safe. Thank you.
Thank you, Sneha. Thank you, everyone. That was an amazing effort. We truly appreciate it. Can we please have the video compilation of all the entries, please? Thank you. That was amazing. And here I thought I was a photographer too.
I think we all do sometime.
Well, anyway, the results for Obscura will be announced by the end of this session. Moving on to the next event, Mad Ads are all about fun. It's about laughing and having a good time. It's where creativity meets madness. It's an opportunity to bring out individual and collective talents. The idea behind conducting this event is to provide a platform to the participants to explore their creativity and stage presence.
The theme for today is objects as anthropoids. This pandemic has had a huge impact on our life. At this point of time, we tend to talk to lifeless objects too. Just imagine what if objects were humans too.
It would be like Beauty and the Beast in real life.
Well, in that case, let's see what our participants have come up with. And our first contestant is C4M01.
ಸಂಬಂಧಗಳು ಮನಸ್ಸಿಗೆ ಹತ್ತಿರವಾದಂಥ ಕ್ಷಣ ಮಿನುಗುತ್ತಾರೆ, ಮತ್ತಷ್ಟು ಮಿಂಚಿದ ಕ್ಷಣ, ಕಣ್ಣ ಹನಿ ಜೀವಂತವಾದ ಕ್ಷಣ. ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ, ವೆಲ್ಕಮ್ ಟು ಒಂದು ಸ್ಯಾನಿಟೈಸರ್ನ ಕತೆ. ಹಾಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಉಚ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಕೋಪರ್ಡ್ ಬೈ ಗೋ ಕೊರೋನಾ ಹಾಸ್ಪಿಟಲ್, ಫ್ಯಾಷನ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ N99 ಮಾಸ್ಕ್. ಲಾಕ್ಡೌನ್ ಮುಗ್ದಾಯ್ತು, ಟ್ರಾಫಿಕ್ ಶುರು ಆಯ್ತು. ಇದು ಮಧ್ಯ ನಮ್ಮ CMಗೆ ಕೊರೋನಾ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಕೂಡ ಆಯ್ತು. ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರೀತಿಯ ಮಿಸ್ ಡ್ರೋನ್ ಕೂಡ ಬಂದಾಯ್ತು. ಇನ್ಯಾಕ್ ತಡ, ಶುರು ಮಾಡೋಣ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಯಾನಿಟೈಸರ್ನ ಕತೆ. ಇವತ್ತಿನ ನಮ್ಮ ಸಾಧಕರ ಸೀಟ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂರ್ತಾ ಇರೋರು ಕೇವಲ 4 ತಿಂಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಸಾಧನೆ ಮಾಡಿದಂಥವ್ರು. ಅಫ್ಕೋರ್ಸ್ ಇವರು ಎಲ್ಲರ ಕೈಗೂ ಸಿಗ್ತಾರೆ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಚೈನಾದಿಂದ ಬಂದಂತ ಕರೋನಾ ವೈರಸ್ಗೆ ಗ್ರೇಟ್ ವಾಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಚೈನಾಗಿನ ಗಟ್ಟಿಯಾಗಿ ನಿಂತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಇನ್ಯಾಕ್ ತಡ, ಇವತ್ತಿನ ನಮ್ಮ ಸಾಧಕರನ್ನ ವೆಲ್ಕಮ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ವೆಲ್ಕಮ್ ಮಿಸ್ ಸ್ಯಾನಿಟೈಸರ್. ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಮೇಡಮ್. ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ಕೆಲವು ದಿನಗಳಿಂದ ಒಬ್ಬ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ ಸಿಕ್ಕಾಪಟ್ಟೆ ಫೇಮಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮುಂಚೆ ಫೇಮಸ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದು ಯಾವ ಲೆಕ್ಕ? ಆವಾಗ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಜನಕ್ಕಷ್ಟೇ ಗೊತ್ತಿತ್ತು, ಆದ್ರೆ ಈಗ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ದಿರೋರ್ಗೆಲ್ಲ ಗೊತ್ತು. ಆ ಅದ್ಭುತ ಅಮೋಘ ಪ್ರತಿಭೆಯೇ ಮಿಸ್ ಸ್ಯಾನಿಟೈಸರ್. ಎಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಧ್ಯಮಗಳಲ್ಲಿ, ಫೇಸ್ಬುಕ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ, ಟ್ವಿಟ್ಟರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ, ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಾಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿದ್ರು ಇವರದ್ದೇ ಹವಾ. ಇವ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ 2020 ಯಾರಿಗೂ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಈಗ ಆಫೀಸಲ್ಲಿ, ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಕಡೆ ಇವರೇ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಲೈಫ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಕಮ್ ಅ ಲಾಂಗ್ ವೇ ಅನ್ಸತ್ತೆ. ಏನಂತೀರಾ? ಖಂಡಿತ ಮೇಡಮ್, ಖಂಡಿತ. ನಾನು ಹುಟ್ಟಿ ಇಷ್ಟು ವರ್ಷ ಆದ್ರೂ ನನ್ನ ಯಾರು ಸೀರಿಯಸ್ ಆಗಿ ತಗೊಂಡಿರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ ಮೇಡಮ್. ಆದ್ರೆ ಒಂದಿನ ಚೈನಾಯಿಂದ ಒಂದು ವೈರಸ್ ಬಂತು ಮೇಡಮ್. ಆಗ ಜನಗಳಿಗೆ ನಾನು ಯಾರು ಅಂತ ತಿಳಿತು ಮೇಡಮ್. ಎಷ್ಟು ಖುಷಿ ಆಯ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ 1% ಜರ್ಮ್ ಕಿಲ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ, 2% ಜರ್ಮ್ ಕಿಲ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ, ಹೋಗ್ತಾ 99.9% ಜರ್ಮ್ ಕಿಲ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ ಮೇಡಮ್. 99.9% ಜರ್ಮ್ ಕಿಲ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ. ಇದೇ ರೀತಿ ವೈರಸ್ನ ಸಾಯಿಸ್ತಾ ಜನರ ಜೀವನ ಕಾಪಾಡಿದೆ ಮೇಡಮ್, ಜನರ ಜೀವನ ಕಾಪಾಡಿದೆ. ಆದರೆ ಈ ಕೆಲಸಕ್ಕೆ ರೆಕಗ್ನೇಷನ್ ಸಿಗಕ್ಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟು ವರ್ಷ ಬೇಕಾಯಿತು ಮೇಡಮ್, ಇಷ್ಟು ವರ್ಷ ಬೇಕಾಯಿತು. ಇದೇ ಜನ ಮೇಡಮ್, ಇದೇ ಜನ ನನ್ನ ಮುಂಚೆ ಬಾತ್ರೂಮ್ನಲ್ಲಿ, ಟಾಯ್ಲೆಟ್ನಲ್ಲಿ, ಸಿಂಕ್ನಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಇಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು ಮೇಡಮ್, ಸಿಂಕ್ನಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಇಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು. ಆದರೆ ಇವಾಗ ಇದೇ ಜನ ನನ್ನ ಎಲ್ಲೋದ್ರೂ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ ಮೇಡಮ್, ಎಲ್ಲೋದ್ರೂ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ. ಮುಂಚೆ ಇದೇ ಜನ ನನ್ನ ಕೈ ಮೇಲೆ ಹಾಕೊಂಡು ಬೆಂಕಿ ಹಚ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮಜಾ ತಗೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು ಮೇಡಮ್, ಮಜಾ ತಗೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ನನ್ನ ಕುಡ್ದು ಸೂಸೈಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು. ಅವಾಗ ನನಗೆ ನನ್ನ ಮೇಲೆ ಬೇಸರ ಆಗ್ತಿತ್ತು ಮೇಡಮ್, ಬೇಸರ ಆಗ್ತಿತ್ತು. ಅವತ್ತು ಒಂದಿನ ಇದೇ ಜನರು ನನ್ನಲ್ಲಿರೋ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಉಪಯೋಗವನ್ನು ಗುರುತಿಸ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ನಂಬಿಕೆ ಇಟ್ಟೆ ಮೇಡಮ್, ನಂಬಿಕೆ ಇಟ್ಟೆ.
ಆಲ್ ರೈಟ್, ಈಗ ನಿಮಗೆ ದೊರೆಯಬೇಕಾದಂತಹ ಸ್ಥಾನ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದೆ, ಖುಷಿಯಾಗಿದ್ದೀರಾ?
ಖಂಡಿತ ಮೇಡಮ್, ಖಂಡಿತ. ನನ್ನ ತಲೆ ಮೇಲೆ ಹೊಡೆದು ನನ್ನ ಒಳಗಿರುವ ಅದನ್ನು ತೆಗೆದು ಕೈಗೆ ಸ್ಯಾನಿಟೈಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಮೇಡಮ್. ಪರವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಇದು ನನ್ನ ಕರ್ತವ್ಯ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ಕೊಂಡು ಖುಷಿ ಪಡ್ತೀನಿ.
ಸೊ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಕಮ್ ಟು ದ ಎಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಶೋ. ಜನಗಳಿಗೆ ಏನು ಹೇಳಕ್ಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟಪಡ್ತೀರಾ?
ಮೇಡಮ್, ಖಂಡಿತ. ನಾನು ಒಂದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಅದು 100% ಜರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ಕಿಲ್ ಮಾಡುವಂಥ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್. ಇಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾನಾಟ್ ಬಿ ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ಲೋಸ್, ಅದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕಾನ್ಫಿಡೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್. ಸೊ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮೇಲ್ ಐ ಡಿ ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಡಿ, ನಾನು ನಿಮಗೆ ಮೇಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ.
That was fun, wasn't it? Now let's see what our next performance has. We'll call upon C4M02.
ಇಬ್ಬರು ಗೆಳೆಯರು ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ಹಾಗೂ ನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ಬಹಳ ದಿನಗಳ ನಂತರ ಭೇಟಿಯಾಗುತ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಏನು ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾರೋ ಬನ್ನಿ ನೋಡೋಣ.
ಓಯ್, ಯಾರದು? ಕಣ್ಕಣವೇನೋ?
ಮಗ, ನಾನು ನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಪೇಪರು.
ಅಯ್ಯೋ, ಗೊತ್ತೇ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ ಕಣೋ. ನಿನ್ ವಯಸ್ಸಾಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ.
ಏನೋ ವಯಸ್ಸಾಗಿದೆ. ನೀನು ಹುಟ್ಟೋಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆನೆ ಹವಾ ಸೃಷ್ಟಿ ಮಾಡಿದವ
ನಾನು ಬರೋವರೆಗೂ ಮಾತ್ರ ಬೇರೆಯವ್ರವ, ನಾನು ಬಂದ್ಮೇಲೆ ನಂದೇ ಹವಾ.
ಓ ಭ್ರಮೆ, ನೋಡ್ದೆ ನೀನ್ ಹವಾ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಇರೋವರೆಗೂ ಮಾತ್ರ ಅಷ್ಟೇ.
ಗಾಳಿ ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಹಾರೋಗ್ತೀಯ, ಮುಟ್ಟಿದ್ರೆ ಹರಿದೋಗ್ತೀಯ, ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತೀಯ.
ಬಿದ್ರೆ ಹೊಡೆದೋಗ್ತೀಯ, ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸತ್ಯ ಹೋಗ್ತೀಯ. ನನ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳಕ್ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟ. ಯಾವ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ನೋಡಿದ್ರು ನಿನ್ನೆ ಬೈತಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ನಿನ್ಗೇನು ಅನ್ಸಲ್ವಾ?
ನಿಂಗೇನೋ ಗೊತ್ತು, ನಾನು ಕೊಡ್ಸೋದ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸೇ ಅಂತ. ಅವಾಗ ಕ್ಲಾಸಲ್ಲಿ ನನ್ನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಬೈತಾ ಇದ್ರು, ಆದ್ರೆ ಇವಾಗ ನನ್ನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಇವಾಗ ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತೀಯಾ?
ನಿನ್ನ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ನೋಡಿ ಉದ್ಧಾರ ಆದೋರ್ಕಿಂತ ಮಿಸ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹಾಳಾಗಿರೋರೇ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ.
ನೋಡಪ್ಪ, ನಾನು ನೀರಿದ್ದಂಗೆ, ಮನುಷ್ಯರು ಬಾಟ್ಲಿದ್ದಂಗೆ. ಬಾಟ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ಶೇಪಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತೋ ನೀರು ಆ ಶೇಪಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಗಿರ್ತಾರೋ ನಾನು ಹೇಗಿರ್ತೀನಿ. ಅವ್ರು ಮಾಡೋ ತಪ್ಪಿಗೆ ನಾನು ಬೈತಿರಲ್ಲ, ಇದು ಸರಿನಾ?
ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ದೆ ಮಗ, ಬ್ಯೂಟಿಫುಲ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್. ಈ ಮನುಷ್ಯರಿದ್ದಾರಲ್ಲ, ನಿನ್ನೇ ಕಂಡಿಡಿದು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನೀನೇ ಸರಿ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಾರಲ್ಲ, ಏನ್ ಬೈಬೇಕು ಇವ್ರಿಗೆ.
ನಿನ್ ಜೊತೆ ಮಾತಾಡಿ ತುಂಬಾ ಖುಷಿ ಆಯ್ತು ಮಗ.
ಸರಿ ಮಗ, ಆಯ್ತು, ಬೆಳಿಗ್ಗೆ ನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಕೊಡಕ್ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು, ಬಾಯ್.
ಹ್ಞೂ ಮಗ, ನಾನು ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಹಾಕೋಬೇಕು, ಬಾಯ್.
ಈ ಜಗತ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ವಸ್ತು ಕೆಟ್ಟದಲ್ಲ, ಅದನ್ನು ಉಪಯೋಗಿಸೋ ರೀತಿ ಸರಿ ಇರಬೇಕು.
So this is how it's gonna be if lifeless objects were humans. Thank God they're inanimate. With this, we'll be ending the Mad Ads. I hope you had as much fun watching as I did. Moving on. Dance. It is a joy of moment and heart of life. Dance is a narration of a magical story that resides on the lips, illuminates imagination, and embraces the most sacred depth of a soul. If spirit is the seed, dance is the water of its evolution. Dance includes diversifying forms which evolve from traditional to modern categories. The evolution of dance can be conveyed.
The judge for this event is Mr. Augustine Nelson. Augustine Nelson is a passionate dancer and an even more passionate dance teacher. He is the founder of Augustine Dance and Fitness Forum. We are honored to have you with us this evening, sir. Thank you. Today we'll be having performances from various amazing dancers. Our first entry is CD 003.
Thank you. Our next entry is CD 005.
సొగసులనవే ఇందు బదన కుందరదన మందగమన మధుర వచన గగన జగన సొగసులనవే తొలి బలపే తెలిపే చిలిపి సిగ్గేలనే చెలి చిగురు తొడిగే బగల మొగ్గేలనే ఐ లవ్ యూ హారిక నీ ప్రేమకే జోహారిక और चमक चमक चाम चुटको चुटको चांस दोरिके रो होइया
छनक छनक चाम पटको पटको छंपे दरु बोले भैया
होइया रे होइया होइया होई होइया रम सैयंदैया
होइया रे होइया 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 रे तसा दिया
चाम चाम चक चाम త్వరగా ఇచ్చై నీలల్సం
చాం చాం చక చాం చొరవే చేసి మరి కొంటూ
నీలపురి గాజులవో నీలవేణి నిలుసుంటే కృష్ణవేణి లంగమోని వేసుకొని నడుస్తూ ఉంటే నిలవలేన బాలామణి చూస్తే కందిరిగా నడక చూస్తే అప్సరడక నిన్ను చూడలేని బాలిక నీ కళ్ళు చూసి నీ పళ్ళు చూసి కలిగినమ్మయ్యేదో కోరిక
swing
flabbergasting performance indeed. Thank you. Now our final entry is CD002.
We have evolution in all the species. In the same way, we have evolution in dance forms also.
साक्षात भोलेनाथ हैं पधारे मेरे रग रग में भूले मुझको भोले पुकारे हम तो भोले के दुलारे दिन भर फूके मैं रुआना यू सीधा साधा छोरा हो रहा भोले का दीवाना तेरी लीला अपरंपार प्रभु मेरा कर दे बेड़ा पार प्रभु मुझे मौत ला दे मुक्ति दे कर सबका उद्धार प्रभु तू मेरा है बोले मैं तेरा हूँ बोले मुझे बचा ले तू अभी उठा ले तू लगता नहीं दिल मेरा मुझे बुला
ಯಾರು ನೀನು ಪಾರಿವಾಳ ಯಾರು ನೀನು ಯಾಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟು ಇಷ್ಟವಾದ ನಂಗೆ ನೀನು ಗುಗುರಿ ಹಂಗೆ ನನ್ನ ನೆತ್ತಿ ಸುತ್ತುತ್ತೈತೆ ಪ್ರಧಾನ ಶೈಲಿ ಪಾದ ತೇಲುತ್ತೈತೆ ನೀನು ರಕ್ಕರೆ ನಮ್ಮೂರ ತುಂಬ ಗಂಧದ ಮಳೆ ನಿನ್ನ ಸ್ಪರ್ಶಕ್ಕೆ ತಂದಾಯಿಗೆ ಸುಗಂಧದ ಕಳೆ
सुनिए शहर की कहानी यहाँ रात नहीं होता तेरे वहम को भगा दी लड़कियां ना गाड़ी अपनी अलग ही आबादी असल रात का ये ज्वाला तेरे आत्मा में जगा दी ये फर्क है तुझे छेड़ने की तलब है तू नकली वाला मर्द मर्दान की बेकलंक हैवानियत की शक्ल जितनी तुझ में गर्मी उससे ज्यादा गर्म मेरा कलम क्यों इतना बेशरम काम का वो आज जिसमें तेरा कल नहीं क्या काम का वो काम जिसमें तू सफल नहीं पल नहीं दिमाग की जरूरत तेरे भाई की हुकूमत सच्चाई की ये सूरत भाग 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 शेर
That was an outstanding performance. I'd like to take a moment and welcome Vijay Garg sir. Thank you for joining us today, sir. Okay. With this, we conclude the Dancing Through the Decades. These were such extravagant performances. Now, who's ready for an electrifying beatbox performance?
Surely me. Earlier today, we were fortunate enough to have had our architect Ar.Vijay Garg to conduct a beatboxing workshop virtually. Architect Ar.Vijay Garg is the founder and principal of Dirt Labs, a future-focused, design-centric firm focusing on design, education, research, and technology. Dirt. He is an award-winning architect who was recently awarded Edupreneur of the Year 2020 by EEA New Delhi, as well as Dirt Labs being awarded the Architectural Firm of the Year at the 10th National Indian Educational Congress 2020. He has also had the honor of being awarded a national award in 2017 by the Udaipur government Smart City Initiative for redesigning Udaipur's Main Street as part of a nationally floated design competition. Some of his other accolades include Most Promising Architect of the Year 2020 NIDA, Young Achiever Award A3 Foundation Chandigarh, Innovative Design Award Hide in Plain Sight A3 Foundation Chandigarh.
Architect Ar.Vijay Garg has conducted various multidisciplinary workshops across India, delivered various lectures on parametric design, technology, and future-focused research in field of computational design. He has dedicated his career to research and sharing knowledge with students and professionals across India. Dirt Labs subset, Education, believes in equipping students with the right set of tools and skills to prepare the students and professionals for the future waves of job automation, as well as enhance human skill sets to embrace more creative jobs instead of repetitive jobs.
He is also India's leading beatboxer with over 800 plus shows all across India. He was the ex-brand ambassador of Adidas Originals and JBL. He is also the founder of B for Beatbox, an edutainment company, which is Asia's first company to conduct live beatboxing workshops since 2012. He is also a motivational speaker and has delivered TEDx talks on the life of an artist, where he was nicknamed the beatboxing architect because he spoke about his journey juggling both beatboxing and architecture. So everybody get ready to witness the spectacular performance by the beatboxing architect Abhishek Bhaskar sir. Over to you, sir.
Hello everyone, hope you're having a really good evening, and thanks to Sama for the amazing introduction. So yes, as they introduced me, my name is Abhishek. I get paid to do two things in life. One is make noises from my mouth, and the other is draw lines with my hands, right? So two best things. I couldn't have asked for a better career. So B for Beatbox is an initiative which I took up to educate the masses about beatboxing. So at that point of time, not many people knew what beatboxing was, right? And I just want to ask a question here as well. How many of you actually know what is beatboxing? Just put your hand up, or just you can just say yes to yourself since we're in the new normal here, right? So beatboxing, for those of you who don't know what it is, it's basically so everything came out of from my mouth, nowhere else. Yeah. So that is essentially beatboxing. It's creating noises from your mouth or the sounds of drums and other musical instruments. Um, I started beatboxing when I was in my 10th standard, and I've been beatboxing ever since I was a little boy. Yeah. So I just want to ask you guys, how many of you know this band called Black Eyed Peas? Yeah. So they are basically Indian Rajma, right? So they have this song called My Hums, which goes like so now that's okay, right? But we as Indians, we always need like a desi flavor, right? So what if Mr. Architect, entrepreneur, engineer Rajnikant had to remix this beat? It will go something like alright. So now since I can't see most of you guys, just put your hand up. Yeah. So let's do a sort of a coordinated dance. Yeah. Let's all do this while we're seated so that we don't take any risks. Alright. 3, 2, 1, go. So that in its essence is beatboxing. Yeah. So creating sounds of musical instruments through one's mouth. One of the most asked questions is why beatboxing, right? So beatboxing is one of the most eco-friendly and sustainable. So that's the best way I can explain it, right? You don't need any instruments, you don't need electricity, you just need your mouth and a bottle of water. That's it. So beatboxing that way really helps out, in protecting the environment as well as, putting a smile on people's faces. That's the most important thing that drives me. So, I even in 10th standard, the reason why I got into beatboxing was I was beatboxing at an event, and the first reaction, that was like the first event of my life, and I saw this person smile and just dance, through their hearts out. And that just stuck with me, and ever since then, I just wanted that. So that's how I get happy, right? So beatboxing is very interesting that way. So now I just want to understand, right? How many of you here want to try beatboxing? Yes, at least try. Yes. Jaisim sir, hello sir. Nice to see you again. So Jaisim sir wants to learn, and so I'm sure every one of you here want to learn, right? So let's go. So what you do is you fill your mouth with air, right? You say boo. Fill your mouth, come on, and say boo as loud as possible. Yeah. Spit onto your laptops, say boo. Let all that saliva just come out. Yeah. So say boo as loud as possible, scare the person in front of you, right? Or if your parents are in your next room, just say boo and scare them. Try to scare them. Yeah. Let's go. Say done. Yeah. Okay. Now stress on the letter B in the word boo. Alright. Boo. Boo. Yeah. Got that? Once you do that, cut the oo. Just cut it. Alright. Just throw it away. We don't need oo anymore. Alright. So what you're left with is, that's sound number 1. Sound number 2 is basically you clench your teeth as hard as possible. Yes. Alright. And say T. Alright. That's the most easiest. I'm sure everyone would have got it. The next sound, that's the hardest sound. Alright. It's the K snare. So I have to do this, otherwise the sound doesn't come for me. So I have to do that, right? So that's very, very important. So that is the K snare which a drummer has. So when you put these 3 sounds together, right, what you end up getting is that is beatboxing. Yeah. One of the best things during this lockdown is getting my parents to answer my relatives' calls saying, "Aapka beta kya kar raha hai?" It's literally muh se awaaz nikal raha hai. That's it. That's what's happening in my entire house during this lockdown, right? So it's literally parents just answering what it is, whether your son is doing something else, right? So beatboxing has been very interesting that way. So now if you can see me, right, just do this. How many of you watched the movie, I think Ravan, right? Shah Rukh Khan and Kareena Kapoor's movie. So you need to see that, as well as the Hindi television show CID, right? So do you know ACP Pratyuman from that, right? He has his hands like this and he does this, right? So let's all try that Chamak Chalo dance now, and I'll beatbox. I'll give you the beat for that, all right? 3, 2, 1, go. Will be my Chamak Chalo. And that was Mr. SRK, and that was Miss Kareena Kapoor dancing behind me, right? So that's how I imagine when I'm performing, just to get my energies and all that, right? How many of you know this band called Imagine Dragons? Yeah. If you can turn on your camera. You don't have to be shy. Yeah. So you can just turn on your camera. You can just put your hand up. So they have this song called Believer, right? So if you know the song, you can sing along as and when you hear it. All right. 3, 2, 1, go. And that was Believer by Imagine Dragons. Yeah. So if you like that, give a small clap. Just mute your audio and just give a small clap. All right. Okay. Next up is, again, we're back to India. And how many of you know this very, very famous person? He is even more famous than Mr. Rajnikant, Mr. Architect, Entrepreneur, Engineer Rajnikant, right? So he's even more extremely famous than Rajnikant, and everyone across India know him, right? So he is Mr. Baba Ramdev. Yeah. How many of you practice yoga? Yeah. If you practice yoga, you'll know what I'm talking about. What is your favorite asana in life? Shavasana? Mine is shawarma. Yeah. So I do shawarma daily twice. That's my favorite roll. Yeah, Shavasana, I do it for 6 hours a day. Doctors have told me it's not enough. I need to do it for 8 hours to reduce weight. I don't know why. Yeah. Okay. So basically, if Baba Ramdev had to beatbox, right, it would go something like, I want everyone to breathe in. I'm going to teach you guys yoga. All right. And that was Mr. Baba Ramdev. Please give him a huge round of applause. Yeah. So if you want to become a pro at yoga, all you have to do, thank you so much, is just put your leg behind your back and try beatboxing. That should work out. Either you're going to do that or you're just going to meet the doctor. One of those two things is going to happen. All right. So next thing which I want to try out is basically we had a beatboxing workshop in the morning today. So I selected a handful of participants from that workshop who are going to give us a small showcase of what they learned from the workshop and what they ended up creating. So one thing I pushed them to do was create some beats of their own, so just to develop their originality. So I think over to Ahmed, who's going to take over and coordinate the students, who's going to be showcasing the beatboxing workshop. Yeah, Ahmed, good to go?
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
So, hey everyone, I'm Ahmed. I have spent a grand total of 6 hours learning beatboxing, so please be gentle. I'm going to go first. I hope that was good. Okay.
That was really good for 6 hours, right? Come on, everyone, let's give him a huge round of applause. Come on. Super. Well done, Ahmed.
Thank you.
Yes.
So now we have Noha and Sukriti performing.
Oh, great.
Hello, sir. Like first, I'll just try once and then we'll go to the collaboration which we have planned.
Oh, great. Okay.
So. So this is what I thought. So now we have me and my classmate Nuha will be doing a collaboration.
Okay, socially distanced collaboration. Let's go.
So 3, 2, 1, go. But what the boy make a big noise playing in the street. You're gonna be a big man someday. You wanna make on your face. You live a big disgrace, kicking your can all over the place, singing we will rock you. We will rock you. We will rock you. Thank you, sir.
Awesome. Well done, Sukriti and Fatima. Great. Who's next?
If Hari Kishan would like to go on next.
Hari Kishan. Okay, great. Let's go, Hari.
Hello. Okay. Abhishek told me to keep it only for 1 minute, and I will try to behave.
Time is very important in life.
Yes, it is. After meeting Baba Ramdev and all that, it becomes really impressive. Now. beat. So it's all about the flow. Which you're a dead man.
Very nice. Well done. Hooray. Super. Do we have any other Mohammed?
No, sir, that's it. Yeah.
Good to go?
Yes.
All right. Okay. So now what I want to do is exactly capture people doing a small workout, right? We're all inside our homes and we're all stuck, right? At least I am. I haven't seen the sun in for like 5 months. I'm very scared. Yeah. So what I'm ended up doing is I've tried working out inside my house with beatboxing itself, right? So how many of you know or practice Zumba at home? Yeah. So if you practice Zumba at home, you'll know what I'm talking about. All right. So let's go. All you have to do is do some sort of a workout. So let's start with hands. All right. 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah. So that exactly burnt 5 calories, which is worthless. Yeah. Exactly. For a person who's as built as me, it's worthless. All right. So let me teach you a few other examples of Zumba because I'm a pro Zumba instructor. All right. No, I'm not. Okay. So let's go. 3, follow it with me. All right. Just take your hands, keep them ready. 3, 2, 1, go. That burnt an exact 10 calories, a total of 15 calories. You're welcome. You can deposit the money in Baba Abhishek Ji's account. That's okay for burning those 15 calories. All right. So that is Zumbox, right? Zumba plus beatboxing. Now what I want people to do, I know all of you all are seated right now, but just have your hands on your hip. All right. What we're going to do, everyone, is going to be belly dancing. Exactly. Yeah. All right. Belly dancing. All you have to do is remember coordinate geometry. If you attended my computational design workshop yesterday, you'll know x-axis and y-axis. All right. Your belly moves in your x-axis. All right. And you just have to turn your belly in your y-axis and somehow do it. That's belly dancing. All right. 3, 2, 1. Follow along. And that was belly dancing. So now you ended up knowing Zumbox, Zumba and belly dancing. You are welcome, planet Earth, courtesy of Abhishek Bhaskar. Right? So one thing which I want everyone to now do, I do this anthem everywhere. Right? So there is this very famous band called Queen. Yeah. So you know that band? Yeah. So they have this song, right? I'm sure you know the beat. I'm sure you've heard of it before. All right. When I do this, I want everyone to clap along. And as many people as possible, we can turn on our cameras if possible so that we can capture it in the recording and make like a triple AD anthem. All right. So I hope you guys were saying triple AD, otherwise it wouldn't have made sense. Yeah. All right. But that's a basic experiment which I always run in my online shows nowadays, right? I just want to see whether people are actually saying it because it's very easy to get away with stuff. Yeah. So this in its essence is beatboxing. And my name is Abhishek Bhaskar, and before I exit, right, I just want to take this moment to K.N. Ganesh Babu sir for organizing this entire thing and getting me on board for the workshops and the performance as well. My main intent these days is to promote meaningful education to students as well as help them learn something fun. So that translated into a computational design workshop and a beatboxing workshop, right? And very few people give the encouragement or the opportunity to help students this way, and it's not simple to take that decision. So Ganesh Babu sir, thank you so much. And definitely to the entire team, that is, I want to start right from the moderators to the coordinators and as well as those who are in charge of registration to get these numbers. It was not easy and I kept troubling them. Ganesh sir, one gift from my side in the future to them for all the trouble they've taken to do that. And lastly, the guests for the evening, Jaisim sir and Garg sir, thank you so much for gracing us with your presence. Performing for sirs especially, it's a huge honor. So whenever I meet Jaisim sir, life becomes happier at that point of time. So again, thank you so much to Neha ma'am as well and everyone involved and Triple AD. Yeah, thank you so much for having me. My name is Abhishek Bhaskar. I make my living making noises from my mouth and drawing with my hands. So that's me in a nutshell. So thank you guys for having me, and over to Ganesh sir. Yeah.
Thank you, Abhishek, for your wonderful participation and also encourage.
Thank you, sir. That was really amazing and really fun. Thank you for showing us the wondrous world of beatboxing. Now, I'd like to request a video that showcases all the things that happened yesterday, all the exciting events. Can we please have the video of the recap?
May I call upon our director, Dr. K.N. Ganesh Babu sir, to declare the competition events open for Cygnus 4.0.
Thank you, Kashmi and Pallavi. Have an enjoyable evening and I declare the session open.
I'm Kashmi. We hope each and every one of you present here enjoys the event and utilizes it to the fullest of its benefits. Sit back and enjoy. Correctly, and that means a good deal. The next event is called Rockapella, the musical contest.
got you.
ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ವರ್ಕ್ಶಾಪ್
I thank participants from all across the India for exciting entries and with astonishing performance.
Thank you for the video. Cicero once said, "Gratitude is not only the greatest of virtues, but the parent of all others." With this, Cygnus 4.0 has almost come to an end. We thank all the participants for providing us with such exciting entries.
With this, we'll be proceeding to the valedictory function. I would like to hand it over to our faculty coordinator, Architect Neha Sahai ma'am, to give the opening speech. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, moderators. Am I clearly audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
You're
ma'am.
clearly audible.
Great. Thank you, Sama and Saman, for such a smooth and entertaining moderation. I welcome everybody present here for the valedictory session of Cygnus 4.0. Let me first congratulate Abhishek Bhaskar for a performance that kept us hooked throughout. My little daughter actually refuses to believe that you didn't have had a hidden audio playing somewhere. She couldn't believe that you were sounding it all from your mouth. Thank you very much. Coming to the beginning of the 4th edition of Cygnus, we usually have it in the month of March or April, in the beginning of even semester. This year as well, our students were excitedly making preparations for it. And then the pandemic hit, and before we knew it, we were under lockdown. With institutions closed and academics haywire, Cygnus got pushed under the carpet. Then almost month and a half back, our director, Dr. K.N. Ganesh Babu said, "Why not host Cygnus virtually?" The usual skepticism followed before students warmed up to the idea of having a virtual Cygnus. And once they were warmed up to the idea, there was no stopping them. What you witnessed in the past couple of days is a result of weeks of preparation and coordination. And I congratulate all the student organizers for coming up with such a beautifully planned event. But what a college fest is without participation from all of students' fraternity. And we had students participating in workshops and events from Goa, Bhubaneswar, Pune, and all over Karnataka, which was so much encouraging. It was so heartwarming to see students record songs, dance from their terraces, living room, without worrying about the absence of sound system, mic, acoustics, fancy, lightings on the stage, which make them look so good. Thank you for such wonderful entries. And not to mention the judges, our artists Krishna Prasad sir, N.V. Ramakrishna sir, and Augustine Nelson for their professional expertise in judging all the entries. Thank you, judges. And end of the day, it's all worth it if we have guests of such statures who are always ready to mentor us and motivate us with their ever-encouraging presence. We have with us two of our very dear mentors, Architect Vijay Garg sir and Architect Jaisim sir, who juggle their busy schedules to make sure they come and witness our event. Always a pleasure to have you, sirs. Now may I hand over the session back to moderators for further proceedings. Over to you, Saman.
Thank you, ma'am. Now, I'd like to call upon Architect Sana Khan, ma'am, to welcome our chief guest, Architect Vijay Garg, sir. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Sama. I would like to once again take this privilege to welcome our guest for today, Professor Architect Vijay Garg, sir. Architect Garg completed his Bachelor of Architecture from SPA Delhi in 1989, postgraduate diploma from National Institute of Human Resource Development in 1994. He completed his MA from Maharishi Dayanand University. Being a practicing architect has won many national level competitions. He has founded the firm Vastuki Consultants and Design Consultants. He has also served as advisor to many districts of Rajasthan and in profession from the past more than 25 years. Professor Garg has been acting president in Council of Architecture for 2018 and 19, and the vice president of COA for 2016 and 18. He is a council member for the Council of Architecture and has been the council of the AICTE from 2016 and 19. Architect Garg has also been very active in the Indian Institute of Architects and is credited with various publications and initiatives, both for the North chapter as well as national level. He's also been the chairman of Alumni Association of SPA, an institute of national importance under the Ministry of HRD. He's also been widely acknowledged as the founder of Profession First, an initiative for the welfare of society through architects and architecture. Professor Garg lived in New Delhi and Gurgaon and spent his time between practice, teaching and his advisory roles. He is a visiting professor at SPA New Delhi and has passed few years and is also an advisor to the Delhi government PWD minister. Sir firmly believes that architecture profession can lead our country to become happy and livable nation, as it is only profession that touches all the aspects of human life. Thank you and we welcome you, sir.
Thank you so much.
I'd like to pass the virtual mic to Engineer Ashwini Patil ma'am to welcome our guest of honor, Architect Krishna Jaisim sir.
Thank you, Saman. Good evening, everyone. I would like to take this privilege to welcome Architect Krishna Jaisim sir. Jaisim sir attended Madras Christian College School of 1960 batch. He completed his university education in architecture in 1966 from Madras University. From 1966 to 1970, he worked with the architectural firm of L.M. Chittal and Son, Madras. In 1970, inspired by Ayn Rand's novel, The Fountainhead, he started an architectural practice under the name Jaisim Fountainhead, which is a Bangalore-based firm comprising of architects, engineers, ecologists, and planners that deals with residents, institutions, leisure, wellness activities, corporate offices, landscape, arboriculture, and urban planning. The practice grew from 1970 to 1975, winning a national competition for the Cochin Stadia, President's nomination for the Small Industries Pavilion, and the Taj Fisherman Cove. From 1975 to 1980, the firm began working overseas and ventured into other areas of building such as import and distribution of building materials, running scheduled contracts, and running a stone crusher and fabrication unit. In 1980, he returned to India and settled in Bangalore. His philosophies include architecture is an adventure. Differences and difference is what makes life creative. Architecture is all about space. Principles of grammar never change, but expressions do. His publications are over 150 papers and articles in journals, Architecture, Habitat, and Design Critical Reviews. We welcome you, sir.
Thank you very much. Pleasure.
Thank you, sir.
A special thank you to all our esteemed guests for joining us today. As we approach the finale of today, all that's left now is to roll out the red carpet for the judges to announce the winners.
A very interesting and mind-boggling event took place online yesterday. We had organized a quiz competition called the Architectural Saga. I would now like to hand it over to our chief guest, Architect Vijay Garg, sir, to announce the winner of quiz. Over to you, sir.
Thank you. For Cygnus 4.0, the first place goes to Lise Maria Berganzia, entry C4Q01, Goa College of Architecture. And second place goes to Sama Hassan, entry code C4Q02, Aditya Academy of Architecture and Design. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Congratulations to the winners. The judge for Push the Envelope, the sketching competition, is renowned artist Krishna Prasad, sir. He is an artist from Bangalore. He started his career in art in 1994 in fine arts from Chitrakala Parikshit. He worked in many private galleries since 2002. In 2002, he started Art House Place for art and cultural societies. He is the head of academics at Art House Place, where he trains students for NATA, NID, and NIFT. He has practiced various art forms like paint making, kanjipa, kalamkari art, etc. His murals are in various restaurants. The Reserve Bank of India, Bangalore, the International Airport in Delhi, and various other private institutions all across Bangalore. Now, I would like to hand it over to Sir to speak a few words and announce the winners for Push the Envelope. Over to you, sir.
ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. Thank you, Triple AD, for inviting me for the judging the sketching competition. So before announcing the winners, I would like to give some tips for all the participants. See, I got to see a lot of sketches. Number six participants got to participate in this competition, but as I have more students at Aditya. See, tip number one is idea. The conceptual sketching is not only about beautification. It's an artwork that grows out of a design process. See, it should hit the audience. It should hit the audience right there. The second tip would be the research. See, whenever you're thinking about sketching on a theme, do a lot of research so that you collect you can do some thumbnail images and make use of it in a proper way. And tip number three would be line. Line, as you all know, is the essence of sketch. So use the thick and thin lines of the line weight, as you call, and try to keep up your structural lines. Tip number four would be the perspective. This is one of the important principles of art and design. Also, use the right, accurate, and interesting perspective. Perspective has a strong psychological effect on a viewer's perception. So try to know more about it. And also the composition. See, many of you are unaware of golden ratio as it is introduced in the third semester. But I'm sure these days mobile phones gives you a link, grid lines where you can use the rule of third. Considering all these points, I would like to announce the winners. The winner is participant number 4, Suhana from ISA, and participant number 5, Devika Vinod. Thank you. And congratulations to the winners. So rest of them can definitely make use of the tips and participate in the future. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir. Is it possible for us to please have the winning sketches, please?
Winners, congratulations. We tied up with Mr. N.V. Ramakrishna Rao to be the judge for Obscura, the photography competition. Mr. Ramakrishna, dearly known as Mr. Kittu, not only in his friend circles, but also in his professional circles, is a familiar person to AAAD family, as he is a very close friend of our principal, Dr. K. N. Ganesh Babu sir. He is a civil engineer contractor by profession, but a photography enthusiast by passion. He has extended his professional services for more than 4 decades to reputed developers in and around Bangalore, like the Prestige Group, and was instrumental in setting up the Angsana Clubhouse at Northwest County of Rajankunte. He is a specialist in handling Sadrahalli and Sera stones, which is known as butchwork. Our principal and Mr. Kittu have jointly executed a number of unique villas and have a friendship of over 20 years.
Since the year 1972, Mr. Kittu has had the hobby of photography. He has pursued a photography course, among others, in Germany. His interests mainly lie in the heritage buildings, birds, and wildlife photography. His gear includes a Canon lens with a specialized 400 mm telephoto lens specifically for bird photography. Sir is also an extensive traveler and has traveled all across India, documenting almost every architectural and archaeological structure of heritage value. He believes in the rich architecture of India, and his advice to the younger generation is on the same lines that emphasize Indian architecture. He lives in Bangalore and is presently working on a resort project for the Prestige developers in OT. We'll be looking at a few pictures taken by Mr. Ramakrishna now. Can we please have the video? Thank you. As Mr. Kittu couldn't be here with us today, I would now like to hand it over to our guest of honor, Architect Krishnarao Jaisim sir, to announce the winners of Obscura.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Kittu, I miss you. Ramakrishnan, miss you. Before I announce the numbers that you have given to me, it's very interesting, especially you put me on photography. Having done the most fascinating Institute of Photography, the Life and Light Academy in Kannur, with Iqbal Ahmad. And I've met many of these photographers, including Kittu and various people there. It's a fascinating, especially for architects. It's a fascinating profession to keep in touch with you so that you can go back. I miss all my photographs of the first 15 years of practice. I just have 2 slides, which I showed you today. Whereas today I get 100 slides every day. And you people miss everything I miss. But not wasting too much time, photography is important, life is important. We've got great people hanging here. Vijay Garg, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Ah, take your mask off. You're sitting somewhere. Let me see you.
Actually, I'm traveling and it is very dangerous here to put a mask and police will catch me.
No. If you're alone in the front, they cannot catch you. If you've
No,
got
I'm
your glasses,
not alone. I'm traveling with a friend.
only one friend, not allowed still. If your glasses on and air conditioning in Bangalore, you're not supposed to put the mask on inside a car if it is air conditioned. The commissioner called me, just make sure all your youngsters don't do it. It is wonderful hearing you today. Thanks, Ganesh, for organizing all this. Now, I won't take much of your time. All the youngsters have spent. You have a fantastic organization. In fact, they've been also watching. Your bamboo fellows have also been watching this quietly on the backside. Okay. Dean conveys his regards and blessings for this. Now, in the photography thing, the third space goes to Sneha Bandar of Aaad C4PO7. Am I right? Yes. The second place goes to Gautam Aaad C4PO3. Not bad for both the schools. Your school has got both the things. And interestingly, thought as much, I was a little worried whether the name was right or not in the beginning. The winner, the first place, goes to Tejas of Nikkei School of Architecture, and I'd be very happy to say he spent a lot of time interning with me and interacting with me. Fantastic, Ganesh, on all the team and with all your youngsters. You managed a fascinating place. Very professional, very good. And anytime you want to break my head and I'll break yours, do not hesitate. Thanks a lot, sir. Is there anything else you want to interact?
Thank you, sir. It is wonderful to have you with us here again today. Congratulations to all the winners. We hope, can we please have the winning entries now, please?
Yes, I would like to see the photographs. What are they?
Yes, sir. They are being showcased.
Not as much. Good. Yes, wonderful. Wonderful. I would have done it myself. Not knowing the name, I would have ticked that. He's got the computer, the lab, the visual. That is fascinating. Good judge. He's a great fellow. Go ahead, take photography seriously. I used to take photography seriously, but after I joined the academy and did the design of the Life and Light Academy, I took all my cameras and locked them up. I know nothing about photography now. One day I take my little mobile and go click, 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 and come away. It's too much. It's a fascinating profession. It's like architecture. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Moving on. Mr. Augustin Nelson graciously accepted to judge Light Camera Pose, the fashion competition.
Oh.
Augustin Nelson is founder of Augustin Dance and Fitness Forum and comes with 16 plus years of experience into teaching dance. Over the years, he has trained hundreds of his students of all age groups, and some of them have made it big and, of course, have made him proud. Augustin sir believes in making dance seems doable for literally anybody by breaking down the sequence and the steps. That's his USP. Sir is a passionate dancer and even more a passionate dance teacher. He has immense respect for his dance gurus in real life who have helped him to reach new heights, and also draws inspiration from Michael Jackson and Prabhu Deva, who have been watching awestruck while growing up.
In over a decade of experience, Augustin sir has choreographed innumerable acts and sequences for dance shows, corporate and school events, and weddings. He has also been a jury member for many dance competitions. He has evolved his style and adapted to the changing times in the dance landscape. He also trains in various training programs, including Zumba, Insanity workouts, and many more. He undertakes fitness trainings at a few studios as well as corporates in the city. He's in He also has conceptualized a new fitness regime that involves shedding calories with many dance forms in 1 hour of power-packed music. Since Sir couldn't be here today for the live session, he has sent a video announcing the winners of Lights Camera Pose. Can we have the video, please?
Hello everyone. I want to begin with thanking AAET for inviting me to judge this event. All the contestants look sterling and carry themselves with confidence. The teams are creative and innovative in their approach. Now the result. The winners are BMS CA fashion team from BMS College of Architecture. And second place goes to Rustic Passion from Christ Jayanti College. And congratulations to all of you.
Thank you so much, sir. Congratulations to all the winners. Now, I'd like to call upon our esteemed director, K.N. Ganesh Babu sir, to announce the winners of Dancing Through the Decades, the dance competition.
Hear you.
And I'm my always helping all of us and the students, and therefore giving me the opportunity to be present here and all of you today, and all the esteemed judges of various competitions. I'm sure these competitions are giving opportunities for all the students to sharpen their knowledge and compete with each other to bring in their best. I'm sure the architecture without all these allied arts is not possible. As Jaisim sir said, my passion was also photography, and photography had lot of things to teach and to learn various shades, play of various natural features like light, green, all kind of various elements present in nature. And it helps us in retaining and guiding our knowledge through various art forms to understand how architecture plays an important role in creating actual life forms and actual experiences of people. I'm sure all these allied arts are ingredients of architecture, and all the students of architecture are fond of not only one allied form, maybe many of them. And I'm sure Ganesh Babu has given us enough opportunity to all the students from various schools of architecture to join and create a competitive edge within the various schools. And I'm very happy that Aditya Academy is taking such an initiative where all the colleges are trying to see what best talent lies where, and to learn from each other. And competing with each other is basically learning from each other. And it is an extremely important event in the life when one remembers after maybe many years when we pass out from this college. And this is a stepping stone in learning various aspects of architecture and design. And I'm sure what Ganesh has tried to do is inculcate all the competitive edge among all the students, and basically encourage every one of them not to say that he's only encourage his own students. Rather, he's trying to get the talent from the other schools and present it before their own students to sharpen their knowledge in various allied forms. And with the presence of stalwarts like various judges which are here and a guiding force like Jaisim sir, I'm sure all of us will learn from the experiences what Jaisim sir will share just after me. and I'm sure Jaisim sir has a lot to contribute more. And I know whenever I meet him, he teaches me something or the other, and I'm sure all of you must read his book, which he has written, and is very nice learning. And I'm sure Ganesh has one in the library, which all the students can refer and study and look at his book. And it's nice. And sure, people like Jaisim sir will keep guiding us for many more years and actively contribute in building the next generation of architects. Thank you very much for the opportunity. I once again congratulate all the students, winners and participants. And it is more important, more than the winners, it is more important for the participants to participate. Unless they participate, winners win has no meaning. So participation is more important than winning any competition. So participation is one thing which is more important. I'm sure all of us will learn to participate whether we win or lose, and definitely every participation gives us an edge to learn something new. And every winner, every second person who doesn't win is next to winner, and maybe next time he's the winner and other people are just 1 point behind. So winning and losing doesn't matter. Participation is important. I'm sure all these competition quizzes are all helping us to reach a much better and sharper knowledge and sharing each other. Thank you very much. I'm traveling because I had an urgent meeting. I couldn't. I had committed to Ganesh, but I'm traveling, so I try to see that I'm present here. I don't disappoint any one of you, and at the same time, I also learn. Thank you very much for the opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir, for your valuable insights. Your presence and gentle words are a source of encouragement for us all. I would now request our guest of honor, architect Rav Jaisim sir, to say a few words.
Namaskars again to all of you at AAAD. Thank you very much, Vijay Garg, Ganesh Babuji, and all you beautiful women and handsome boys who have helped put this together. You got your judges going, great judges who managed a fascinating way of putting things together. And I like my young friends and all who dared to play the Katham. That boy, I really know him. Suddenly when I saw him, I said, face looks very familiar. I said, what I want to say is a small thing to share with you guys. Architecture is a very rare profession. It is a very different profession from any other profession possible in human life. Law, anybody can do. Engineering is a lot of calculations. You go to auditors, they're one calculations. But artists, again, are very defined. They know their thing, they need their tools. Without tools, an artist is useless. And the technology fellow has all the tools but doesn't know the art, he is useless. And the architect, the most useless profession in the world, because I have no tools, I have no technology, I have nothing with me. Yet I am the creator. That is the great thing about architecture. You are there and not there. And the greatest part of architecture, when you, especially young architects, I'm glad a lot of changes are happening in the council and to understand architecture in a greater depth, is who are you? Why are you? And if you go to the road, every fellow is an architect, but everybody is a builder. The mason is a builder, the roadside fellow is a builder, the chairman is a builder. Everybody is a builder, everybody is an architect. He knows where to put what you put. You just have to sit back and smile. The very difficult part of that. Builders think they know everything. Morning I was talking how builders were putting one thing over the other and then calling it architecture and environment. Oh, mad people. They have no clue. Even the ant knows to build better, design better. The bees build beautiful, the anthills and the beautiful beehives and the bird's nest and the snake beds. You walk through nature. It's absolutely fascinating. But the ant does what the ant can do. The bee does what the bee can do. And the animals do what they can do. The leaves and the plants and the trees only do what they are initiated to do by their creation, by whatever. But the big but, the human being, the man who is capable of thinking and act, and especially an architect. Without thinking, there is no architecture. There's absolutely nothing. The built environment, he understands every sense of the human being and all the elements of the human being, and then fuses them together to create a space for life. Without other human beings, architects are nobody. Yet the architect thinks very often, I am alone. Yes, he is alone in his thinking, in his creative actions and movements, but he has to have an environment. This is where I'm looking at various spaces of neighborhoods and spaces where people have slowly started understanding the depth of architecture and the importance of an architect. You youngsters, one small advice to young architects here, just because you're studying in a school of architecture does not mean you're an architect. You need more time, much more. You have to go out, learn. When somebody told me from the brief thing, yes, I had to sit on top of a welding machine, on top of a crane to drive. I used to drive buses to know how a bus has to be driven. People don't believe all that. I don't even write in these biographies. I go into the depths of a mountain to find out how a rock is cut. Then come back to the diamond fellow and see how he does that big rock to the small diamond, which is what? That is the fascination of architecture again. When you get into a cave, it is one thing. When you get on top of a high-rise building or go on a hill, it's something else that happens. This is what fuses architecture to higher levels of thinking and acting. What you people must, after you finish your 5 years, go join the architect of your choice, and then if you like him or her, work for some time, then go join somebody else if really required. Then if you want to do masters of teaching, don't immediately after your school go. Go out, come back after a few years, then do the subject you like and the area you like, because that is very important. You just can't, just because you did this for a thesis, you can't do that as your thing. You may not even want to do your thing. I've never passed an exam. Ask Garg, he will tell you, I never passed an exam. I literally never passed. Every degree was given to me, every honor and everything that India has is with me. What is international is with me. I never asked for them. They will come to you. It is perhaps the most difficult profession to overcome and understand and go in depth. It is, but once you're there, you're a 24/7 architect. Every minute, every second, your mind is in the process of design, process of looking at the environment, process of looking at various things. It is a huge process. And believe, I want to tell the youngsters, I was watching some thesis guides the other day, in fact, I wanted to talk to Ganesh on this. I saw the girls' design. I want to talk to those thesis students and say, what is creative in your building? Yes, technically it works, functionally it works, form-wise it works, but where is that sense of spirit in your building? You are young, but make sure when you get next into those projects, there is some sense of spirituality. Now, I'm not talking about the spirituality of the ashrams and other things. This spirituality is a much higher level. It's from there. Once you get into that, once it makes your emotions work with the rational part of it, because whatever your emotions, you have to still create the rational space in life. That is a human being. The past will be there. The present is there, but the future has to come. Don't do my past. Learn from my past. Look at my present. Do a future. Don't ever imitate the past. The past is only for you to see and see and see and learn. Go ahead and go ahead. I'm conveying that. Greetings, namaskars to all you youngsters out there and all the other architects who are with me. It has been a fascinating presentation from the moment I came and saw. Like I saw the dance and the other boys. Use those abilities to make architecture. Dance can become architecture. Music can become architecture. Your Gatham playing can become architecture. I wish one day we can exchange ideas, make into things. Every sense of human activity is an architectural, what I would call imaginative innovation. Do it, you have a great future. I'm sure AAD will lead the way to put many things forward to you. Do not hesitate. Don't be afraid of meeting big architects. I used to go to Coinsberg and just sit in front of him. I used to meet Jeffrey Bauer just like that. I used to write to Mies van der Rohe and Buckminster Fuller. They taught me so many things. It was a fascinating experience. It's so nice to meet and learn. I wish you all great success and a great run in your future. Take it on and do it. Any queries from any of your youngsters, anytime or seniors, I'm always there. To whatever I have learned or whatever I've unlearned, I am with you on this. Learn to unlearn. That's the philosophy with which architecture can be taught. Learn to unlearn. Thank you very much and namaskars.
Thank you, sir. It is always a pleasure to have you with us. All's well that ends well. This marks the journey of Cygnus 4.0. I would like to call upon our director, Dr. Ken Ganesh Babu, sir, for concluding address.
Thank you, moderators. Make hay while the sun shines. Make virtual activities when Corona shines. I think I'm repeating for the second time. Dear students, all the students of AAAD, students of all neighboring colleges who have participated, who are present here and who are also not present and who have participated, you people have done this. I am very, very, very happy to mention that, you know, all the skeptical ideas what we had, all the hurdles what we had thought about 3 weeks back or 4 weeks back, whether we will have a proper network, whether it is possible, whether we will get people, entries, yes, whatever happens, let it happen. Why not attempt? Unless we throw a stone, we are damn sure we are not going to get anything from the tree. Otherwise, we have to wait for the gravity to pull it down. But we don't have that patience. We don't have. We are in a faster world where we start attempting in a lot of things. Whatever clicks, let it click. It's good. And today, the last 2 days, it has really clicked well. We had no issues of network. We had no issues in the presentation. In fact, it was more than whatever we did all these days earlier. All these days we had only one speaker and connecting, but the last 2 days we had shifting from one speaker to the other, from video to speaker, speaker to video. It was excellent the way you people organized, especially the batch 4th year students of AAAD who took initiative to organize this. I share all the credit to you people for wonderfully organizing the perseverance, the pushing what you had, the advertisements. I highly appreciate you people. The student coordinators, Arshita and Mahima, had a lot of pressure all these weeks. They were pushed from all directions, from the faculty, from external representatives, from me, from the other coordinators, and finally, you people have proved it. We had good entries, and we will definitely have many more entries in future. I only request all the students grab the opportunity given to you. Once you're shown a small opportunity, try to grab it. Today we had 6-7 participants. Tomorrow we should have more participants. The faculty coordinators, Neha and Ashwini, I know sleepless nights, late night meetings, discussing on WhatsApp at odd hours, telephone calls. Yes, today is a successful day. And you know, in the presence of iconic people, Jaisim sir and Vijay Garg sir, we have proved that we can do a virtual fest. Yes. Wonderful. Congratulations and wishes to you people. The judges, Krishna Prasad sir is no new face to us. He has been with the faculty with us quite some time back and also has been connected with us. And he's one of the persons who has changed our white building into colorful building behind the students. I thank you, sir, for all your cooperation and time you have spent with our students, and also appearing in front of us physically, virtually to give the judgment. Thank you for joining us. Our photography enthusiast, N.V. Ramakrishna sir, though he's a very close friend of mine, I should mention here that he is a man of physical. He said, I will physically come and teach your students. Virtually, he was not very confident. He's a sort of a senior person, very good experience, and very passionate about photography. Virtually, thank you, sir, for extending your cooperation. Mr. Augustine Nelson, a new face for me, but for students, a very common face. Thank you very much for extending your cooperation and being a judge for our students' works. Thank you for your participation. Mr. Abhishek, an alumni of Dayanand Sagar, a very old friend of mine, and the beatboxer and the hero of yesterday and today, has also been pushing our students in organizing all these things, encouraging our people, yes, and also teaching our students how to promote, how to move, how to get students in a subject beyond academics, a subject beyond the teaching, the practical aspects. I should thank you, Abhishek, for extending all your cooperation and extension. I'm sure without the help of all the faculty members, students, the technical, non-technical, Siddharth has been behind all the technical aspects. Day one to day today, all the webinars, controlling, mixing, matching the videos, keeping up the timing. Siddharth, you have done a wonderful job. Siddharth, also accompanied by Harshita and Snehal, who have been helping us to get into the websites and Instagram and Facebooks and the promotion aspects. Every faculty member of ours has been involved in these events. Every student has been involved in these events, probably a very small numbers due to technical problem. I appreciate everyone, and I would like to thank our management and Dr. B.A. Vishwanath sir for providing us an extended platform, especially for this event, where we can accommodate more number of students. And also along with our regular platform of MS Teams, when we wanted Zoom platform and accommodating that, and giving us permission to organize this on a virtual platform midst all the insecurities in this virtual platform. The management has supported us in providing this. I thank Aditya Institutions, Dr. B. Vishwanath, the complete administration team, working, non-working, technical, and all people who have supported us in this event. And this August week has been a celebrating week. With this, we are culminating so that we are heading into our serious academics from September 1st. I thank each and every one of you all. Vijay Garg sir, I should give you a big thanks. Even in this transit, you have been virtually moving. This is the beauty of being virtual. Because if it was a physical session, definitely, I don't think you can move and be with us. I think this is excellent what you're doing. Thank you for accepting our very short notice and being with us and encouraging us. Your words were excellent.
Thank you.
Jaisim sir, I have no words to thank you. I take this camera to as your feet to thank you for being with us and encouraging us. We will also have you for a thesis batch as another session. Thank you, and I appreciate everyone who have made this a big success. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, sir. You have been ever so supportive and encouraging in all our crazy endeavors. This wouldn't have been possible without you. All good things come to an end. Good thing there's always a next year. So we hope to see you all in Cygnus 5.0. But lastly, I would like to call upon the student bosses, the backbone of this whole operation, our head coordinators, Arsha and Mahima, to deliver the vote of thanks. Over to you guys.
Thank you, Sama and Saman, for the introduction. And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Mahima.
And I'm Arshia.
As the coordinators of this wonderful event, we are immensely honored to propose the vote of thanks on behalf of the Institute.
To start with, the idea of hosting a virtual fest was a long shot. With the current scenario we're all dealing with and the onset of the pandemic clouding our lives, the presence of a rainbow proved to be necessary. Every cloud has a silver lining. Perhaps this virtual fest was a means of binding the different colleges from all across the country to come together on a single platform.
Gratitude makes sense of our past, brings peace for today, creates vision for tomorrow. Events like this doesn't happen overnight. After tireless weeks of patience and hard work, I'm glad to say that this event was truly a success. It's rightly said, none of us is stronger than all of us. This event wouldn't have been possible without the help of our Cygnus crew. Like our principal, Professor K.N. Ganesh Babu sir said, the culture must go on. We are more than happy to say that the culture did go on. Isn't it, Arshia?
It surely did, Mahima. I thank all the participants for their involvement and their willingness to take on the completion of tasks. My heartfelt thanks to all the event coordinators for their enormous cooperation and their efforts in going beyond their comfort zones in the organization of this gala event, especially the 2017 batch for playing a major role in the organization of this fest. I'd also like to thank the moderators, Kashri, Pallavi, Sama, and Saman for the wonderful moderation. A special thanks to the faculty coordinators, Architect Siddharth sir, Architect Neha Sahai ma'am, Architect Sana ma'am, and Ashwini ma'am for their unflinching support and coordination.
A heartfelt gratitude to Architect Vijay Garg sir for always marking his presence and gracing our event. A special thanks to our guest of honor, Architect Jaisim sir, for joining us on this gracious occasion. We are truly honored to have you amongst us, sir. I thank Architect Abhishek Bhaskar sir, the guest, for constantly being there with us through the journey of this fest. I thank all the judges, Krishna Prasad sir, Augustine sir, and N.V. Ramakrishna sir for taking time to join us. My heartfelt gratitude to Principal for his enthusiastic support and for providing us with this incredible opportunity to host a fest which is one of its kind.
Thank you, sir. I'd also like to thank Aditya Group of Institutions for being the backbone throughout this journey. And lastly, I'd like to thank the audience for marking their presence and witnessing this event. With these warm words, we wrap up this session. Stay safe. This is Arsha and Mahima signing off. Thank you.
See you next year. Bye-bye.
Thank you.